is Rohingya Vision News. Today is Friday, 14th February 2014. I am Sarah Ahmed. Thai police target human traffickers but rescued Rohingya may face more abuse. Thai police have announced a new campaign against human traffickers, although the officers in charge said hundreds of recently rescued Rohingya boat people could end up back in the clutches of the regional smuggling networks they had escaped from. After 2 raids last month, freed a total of 636 people, mostly Rohingya. Police said they plan to target the trafficking kingpins who routinely smuggle humans through southern Thailand to Malaysia with impunity. Rohingya are mostly stateless Muslims from western Myanmar, where deadly clashes with ethnic Rakhine Buddhists in 2012 killed at least 192 people and left 140,000 homeless. After arriving in Thailand by boat, many Rohingya were held hostage in remote Thai camps near the border with Malaysia until relatives paid ransoms to release them. According to a Reuters investigation published on December 5, some were beaten and killed. Last month, Thai police said they rescued hundreds of Rohingya Muslims from a remote camp in a raid prompted by the Reuters investigation. 10 major traffickers operate in southern Thailand, said Police Major General Tachar Pitani, a US-educated commander put in charge of the region's anti-trafficking campaign in October. This month, I'm going to arrest the big guy, he said on Wednesday, referring to a Thai suspected of being a regional kingpin. The Rohingya rescued in January will be detained and deported according to a police secretly implemented by the Thailand last year but still in force. These deportations return many Rohingya to smuggling networks and human traffickers, who often take them back to Thailand's border camps. Tachai said under the policy, police hire boats to ferry the Rohingya across the Thailand's maritime border into Myanmar, where he admitted they are met not by the Myanmar authorities but by the unidentified brokers who would then smuggle them to a Muslim-majority Malaysia. Tachai admitted this process opened the deportees to possible exploitation by the human traffickers, but he said this natural channel was better than handing over the Rohingya to the Myanmar authorities, who would often meted out long jail sentences. It's about humanity, he said. We can't do that. Many are women and children. Cracking down on major traffickers in Thailand would reduce the chances of Rohingya being held in camps, he said. The flow deportation policy is a local response to a regional problem no government seems eager to solve. Thousands of Rohingya are confined to grim apartheid-like camps in Myanmar's Rakhine state with little or no access to jobs, schools, and healthcare. These conditions have compelled tens of thousands to flee the state in one of the biggest movements of the boat people since the end of the Vietnam War. Last month, the Myanmar government said the issue of Bengalis, as it calls Rohingya, was an internal matter which not be discussed at meetings of the Association of the Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, a regional bloc Myanmar will chair through 2014. Thailand stepping up its anti-trafficking campaign at the U.S. State Department finalizes its next Trafficking in Persons TIP report due in Jan, which ranks countries on their counter-trafficking performance. Thailand is Southeast Asia's second biggest economy and a close U.S. ally, but faces an automatic downgrade to Tier 3, the lowest rank, unless it makes significant efforts to improve its record in combating trafficking, the State Department says. Tier 3 status could make Thailand subject to U.S. sanctions. Akram, 18, was one of the 1,300 Rohingya that the police said they detained and deported last year. He escaped a Thai trafficking camp less than 3 weeks ago with a horror story that underscores the human toll of the Thailand's deportation policy. Akram, who uses only one name, left Rakhine State by boat 16 months ago, hoping to reach Malaysia where many Rohingya already live and work. Instead, he was arrested in Thailand and spent 10 months in an immigration detention center before Thai immigration police, but put him back on a boat, supposedly to Myanmar. Instead, the boat turned around at dusk and headed back to Thailand, where Akram and dozens of others were trucked to a camp in a rubber plantation near the Malaysian border. The Rohingya were forced to squat during the day and sleep in a fetal position at night, and beaten up by camp guards if they stood or even stretched, said Akram. Fred rice gruel twice a day, and weakened by chronic diarrhea. Akram soon discovered he was paralyzed. People thought I would die, he said. People die there every day. In late January, after 3 months at the camp, the guards and the able-bodied detainees fled at news that police were coming. The raid never happened, but Akram and about 24 others, too weak to move, were found with the local Muslims and taken to a mosque to recuperate. Akram still cannot walk, and his body is poked with sores from months of immobility. Rohingya rescued by police from such brutal conditions are happy to see us, said police commander at the Chai. Others were less pleased, he considered, since they had already paid smugglers thousands of dollars for passage to Malaysia.